Hello everybody and welcome back to Crusader Kings 2, a Game of Thrones, more specifically our House Longspear custom house playthrough. Now, as you can see, things are in a little bit of a mess. In the last episode, a war was declared against the Iron Throne, and unfortunately, of course, because we're vassals, I mean, we had the option to go with our allies in the north, but I felt like at the time, we're in a very vulnerable position here, very close to King's Landing, of course, so as you can see, a very strong army sat there. They could have easily come and destroyed us. As it turns out, we got destroyed anyway, because we sided with them, and we are against, as you can see, two large Lord Paramounts in the Westerlands, Dawn, and the North. So, unfortunately, we were besieged, and we have lost a lot of men, and a lot of progress we were making. If you haven't been watching the series for a while, we currently hold all of Duskendale and North Cracklaw Point, except we don't, because the ruler of Atterdale at the moment still holds the High Lordship of Cracklaw Point. So, we've got to take Atterdale before we can sort of have this as our own High Lordship, and start giving some land out. Now, a few people, I mentioned this last time, have been talking about giving some land to the Cup family and the Taylor family, who are two, basically peasants, I guess, or low-born people that we gave nobility to. We've given them, we've sort of trained them up. We made them our wards. This was the ward of my father, and I think Creighton Taylor was our ward for a bit, or our father's lord. I can't remember exactly how it went, but yeah, we've had these two families here, and a few people have said to give them land. They do have children now, so there is a definite option, and here's someone called Dobber Cup, so he's got to get land at some point, but I'd like to give them land in North Cracklaw Point, but to do that first, we need to take the High Lordship, so we're going to hold off on that just for a little bit. We're also waiting to give land to our sons as well. Our son, Ulmer Longspear, 6 years old now. He is a genius as well, which is really good, so hopefully he'll be a even better commander than we are. Now, I'll set the game playing. I have talked quite a bit, just felt like catching people up and kind of explaining the mess you're seeing on screen right now. Yeah, it's not going particularly well just this second. We've lost a lot of men, as I said, due to being besieged. After many months studying the campaigns of the Valyrian Freehold, you've acquired many fascinating insights and gained new wisdom in military matters. You realise that the art of war might be well worth studying, so we can become a master of strategy, which takes these adept of strategy will be taken from us, and we'll gain strategist as a lifestyle, which gives us 2 martial, 1 stewardship, and plus 20% defense. So, improving our commandership, our martial commander skill, that's the one, every so often, which is always nice. A young artist is working on a divine icon of the mother, the aspect of the 7 representing motherhood and nurturing. He needs sponsorship to finish it, so we can place it in our own set. We'll pray for fertility because we don't want to lose the zealous trait. That again improves our martial quite a bit. So we do lose about 3 gold, which is not too big an issue for us. Don't tell me you're coming to besiege me as well. You are. Okay, excellent. So, because of the wars being started by King Stefan Baratheon, we are losing even more men at the moment. Our Septon wants a reward, we can do that. So they're going to besiege Hollard Hall. This is really annoying because, we've not raised men or anything. We've not tried to get involved, and yet we're the ones. You look at the rest of the Crownlands, nothing has been impacted at all, and then there's just us who are being demolished, which is really annoying. You notice Benedict, our ward, he's the son of Master Arlen, is being very selfish while playing with other children. We could say who cares, which gains him the trait selfish and may make us slothful, or explain to him why it's wrong. We'll go for the bottom one, try to explain why being selfish is wrong, because I don't want to become slothful, I don't want to risk it really. So yeah, as I said, a bit frustrating at the moment. The things are going wrong, particularly for us and no one else. And he's just sent his army north, which is... Obviously he's trying to besiege Winterfell and end the war, but at the same time he's not defending his own land. So, yeah, I'm not very happy with our king at the moment, it's fair to say. Definitely not helping us at all. And it's not benefiting us. We need to attack Atterdale, that's the problem. But now we have basically no men. I now have... How many men do I have? Just over 1,000 men, which is not a huge amount. How many men does he have? He only has 600 men, but still, I'd like to make sure we're going to win that battle before we go for it. Still trying to press a claim. We haven't actually got the claim yet, so we don't have to worry about that for a few years yet. But yeah, very, very annoying. I'm hoping that if these armies move away, which they aren't, we've got another army there, and we have Bravos attacking as well. And Dawn, everyone's joining in on besieging my land for some reason, which doesn't seem very fair. I haven't done anything yet. I haven't tried to attack anyone. I've been good and just sat here and let things go on around us, yet we're the ones suffering for it, which doesn't seem fair. But that's how it goes sometimes. That's how we have to deal with it. This has actually happened to us a few times. Obviously, Duskendale a very vulnerable region, it turns out. My wife is pregnant again, which is nice. We could do with another son after Jarman was born, stillborn. So, could do with another son to hold land for us. If we can. Now, how many vassals do we currently have? I think we only have a couple of... Oops, why did it zoom over there? Let's have a look at our vassals. So we have Benjen Umber, who is our son-in-law, who is having children of Longspear dynasty. He's matrilineally married to my sister. But that looks like most of the only real vassal we have. The rest are just the maesters and masters of the land. So, yeah, not going very well. He actually holds Crackle Baron and Rook's Rest. So the plan basically is to give maybe Diaden, or North Crackle Point, no, Diaden and the Whispers to one to the Cups and one to the Tailors. We'll hold North Crackle Point as the capital of that High Lordship, and we'll hold Duskendale, and then give the rest of the land away to our sons and various other people. So Marwyn of Shoreham is trying to usurp my title. So he is the Justice of Shoreham. Well, Shoreham isn't in the Crown Land, so they can't attack us. So we'll let it be for now, because they'd have to basically, as I've said a few times, they'd have to attack the whole of the Crown Lands. Oh dear! A dangerous revolt has broken out in North Cracklaw. Many prominent clawman landholders have raised an army of peasants, trained and led by a corps of proper soldiers under the command of Tanda Brune. They seek to restore an independent clawman realm. Okay, so is that going to affect us or not? I can't tell. Benedict seems to be very interested in the garments some of the courtiers are wearing, yet not in the usual lustful way. Benedict is also interested in the fabrics themselves, not just what's underneath them. So he wants to become fashionable. Well, there's no harm in that, so we'll let him become fashionable. Again, they're trying to usurp my title. I'm not too bothered because, as I said, they can't just march in and attack. It's going to be very complicated political manoeuvring, basically, to get that sorted. We're back in command. Who are we leading troops in Turnbridge? Is that in the north? Okay, no, we're in the Vale, in the Trident, I should say, sorry. Leading a couple of men. Not really got involved in we're not been given a huge command yet, despite our skill in battle. There's no better man at increasing the faith's opinion of me or teach me to become a more pious man than my Septon Lord Laren. I need you to talk to the Church Septon Davon, which gives us temple vassal opinion of +10, or we can gain piety ourselves. What's our piety like? We're gaining a lot of piety, so we'll go for the top one. Try and get our temple vassals to like us a bit more, just so that people are all happy. A daughter was born to Lord Iron of Duskendale. Okay, so we've had... Oh, she was stillborn. Well, that didn't work out, did it? So we've still only got 2 children, unfortunately. Our dynasty not growing as big as I'd like at the moment. So, yeah, we're kind of, again, on one of these awkward episodes where we're kind of sat around waiting for things to happen. We can't really impact much. We're waiting for that claim on Atterdale Mostly? Mostly. I was trying to say mainly and mostly, and I said mostly. I don't know where that came from. Time to choose how to educate my daughter. She's pretty good at intrigue, so we'll go with court education for now. Try and find her someone who's good at intrigue to tutor her. She does need to be betrothed as well, so we'll probably look for an alliance somewhere close by to help us. I mean, there's a Lord of the Reach, who is huge. Morgil Florent. We'll go with him, actually. Gives us a good alliance. Or should we look for someone matrilineally? Let's have a quick look if there is anyone interesting. There's a Lord Arryn, but he's a bit old. We'll have a very quick look. If no one jumps out immediately, then we'll probably go for the person in the Reach. In fact, yeah, let's just go for that alliance. Try to get some good standing with a large kingdom. If I can find him. Morgil Florent, there he is. So I'll go with that. Gives us an alliance, which is nice. Actually, that could have been done matrilineally, I think. Because he was... Wasn't he illegitimate, I thought it said. Let me have a very quick look. I think it might be a bit too late because we already sent off the... yeah, I can't see him on the matrilineal list. So we'll go with that anyway. I'm still happy with that. I know he's legitimised, so probably wouldn't have accepted it matrilineally anyway. But yeah, so we're now... Our daughter is betrothed to a Lady of the Reach. Can't quite see where she is in terms of the family. So probably not in any sort of line for inheritance. Oh no, Lord Morgil, there he is. Okay. So actually he's not too far off being able to inherit the Reach. if anything happens to his brother. Although he's not actually the heir, it's Lionel Florent who's the heir, so very confusing things going on in the Reach. We'll let them sort out their own inheritance, but yeah, as you can see, we're being heavily besieged all over. I'm guessing they're going to attack Antlers and Birch Hall as well, just to really finish things off, you know, just to really top it off for us, make it impossible to attack anyone in the next few years as we slowly build back up. I mean, hopefully when they start to move off a little bit, we can raise an army from the bits we've got left and sort of break these sieges and hopefully claw them back. We might try and do that now, to be honest. Just call up all the men from here and try and break some of these sieges. That just gives us a chance to start developing them back up a bit quicker, rather than just waiting for the siege to disappear. We'll try and win back our land. Throughout the day, you've caught yourself grinding your teeth and being unable to focus on anything for long. Suddenly you realise why you've been in a bad mood all day. You just can't seem to abide having lazy people in your presence. So we can try and get one of our courtiers to be less slothful, or we're going to have to put up with it and maybe become stressed. We'll go for the top one. Try and get Layla to be less slothful. Someone wants us to help them kill Yara Harlaw. Not that interested. And we need another bodyguard. Who's our best fighter then? There is Eric, who's a dual skill of 10. 18 for Lysa Thelly. She's a formidable fighter, so we'll definitely have her as a bodyguard. And then we'll get these men to start sort of clearing up these sieges a little bit. Try and help our people out. Although that's a very big siege they've got there on Rook's Rest, so we'll have to wait a while for that to finish. And I'm sure someone will probably send an army to try and beat this one back. There's no one leading on this side, so we'll lead on the right-hand side. My Ward Benedict is modest and humble, and never showing off or bragging. We'll quietly encourage him to be humble. That sounds good. So I think once we break Rook's Rest, the rest shouldn't be as difficult to break the siege of. Again, it just helps us start to raise men a bit quicker, rather than waiting for the war to end, basically. So my daughter needs a tutor now, so we'll find someone who's good at intrigue to tutor her. Leah Trant is apparently our best. I'd rather someone better than that, to be honest. So we'll see if he has anyone who's good at intrigue for Abigail Longspear. Yara Harlaw is there, a intricate web weaver and a genius. We'll go with her. 20 intrigue. Not the best learning, but good enough, so we'll go with her as the tutor. I think that's probably a good match for her, and she's getting married off anyway, so it's not too important how good character she is. It's more important that Ulma Longspear becomes a good character. Apparently we need another commander as well. So we'll go with... we don't have any good commanders really. We'll go with Benjicott Hook. Or one of the Taylors. Actually, Creighton Taylor could be one. Give him some more responsibility. Let's go with that. So Creighton Taylor is now one of our commanders as well. They've... okay, so that army was actually helping us. They were breaking the siege there. We'd like to back our plot to kill Lauren the Wise. Again, I don't know who that is, so we're not going to join in that plot. We managed to break the siege there, but they're moving into Hollard Hall, so I'm not going to be able to break that. So, Maester Arlen wants us to tutor young Marie, one of his other children. We'll accept that, why not? We'll try and see if we can navigate around these people. He wants to institute medium city taxes law. I'm going to ignore him because he's cost us a lot of money and troops already. So I'm not too interested in what he has to say. My wife is pregnant again, which is good. Try and increase the dynasty, as I said. Okay, so they're moving off now. We don't actually have enough men to break the siege of Duskendale, which is a bit worrying. There are a few men in Birches and Antlers Hall. We've come up to a brilliant commander, which is good. Our marshal is now 27, which is very impressive. We'll see if we can break the siege of Hollard Hall very quickly before they decide to attack us back. But yeah, this is getting quite annoying that no one's really helping us at the moment. We're kind of stuck on our own. They're besieging Antlers. Finally an army, but I'm guessing they're going to probably ignore us, to be honest. Yep, there we go. They march back. So we are just losing more land and more people. Where's he marching off to anyway? What's more annoying is we're in that army, yet he's not letting us help our own people, which is a bit stupid, to say the least. So I'm hoping we can break the siege of Hollard Hall before they decide to attack us. So it's the Hornwoods and Bravos working together to attack us for some reason, which doesn't seem very fair on us, to be honest. The Blackwood Army, they sent 15 men to try and break this siege. Very brave of them, but can't see it particularly working out. There's a dangerous faction for Lady Elrond for Duskendale, so Lord Benjen wants his wife, obviously, to be in charge of Duskendale. I'm hoping they don't try and push that at any time because, yeah, we don't have any men. He's the only one with men at the moment because we're being besieged so heavily, which is annoying. Ah, we've had a son. We've had another son, Humphrey Longspear. There we go. That's kind of what I wanted. I wanted another son who can hold land for us in the future. Try and spread the land out over a couple of children if we can. We're just going to besiege. They very quickly attack that and break the siege. So it looks like we're finally getting some support from people. So we can start to break all of the sieges if we can. We'll just assault this because then we are pretty much in the clear apart from Duskendale, but I don't have enough men for that at the moment. A couple of days, there we go. We'll assault that. And we'll assault this one as well when we can. There we go. So we're nearly broken the siege of Antlers. And it looks like Bravos is finally being beaten back. The war in the north seems to have ended. I'm not quite sure how it ended or what happened, but it seems to have ended. As has the war against Bravos. There we go. Okay, so we're finally in the clear again. We can finally start to rebuild slightly after that war has ended. So I presume Stefan won. Yeah, it looks like he did win. Managed to beat the ones that were standing up against him. Your Squire Benedict has finally become a man grown, his training under your guardianship coming to an end. As a knight, you can choose to knight young Benedict, that is, if you deem him worthy. Yes, he has earned it. Let's give him a knighthood. Although I think that cost us some prestige, because he's not a very good fighter. But, you know, he's our squire. I feel like I'll give him a chance. Marie's often playing very daring games with other children. Try to limit her games a bit, or let her play. I think we'll go for the second one and make her humble or honest, because I don't really want her fighting, to be honest, so we'll go with that one. She gains the honest trait, there we go. So gains quite a lot of diplomacy actually, so a decent character already, 8 years old. And yeah, finally the wars have ended and we can hopefully rebuild quickly and hopefully get that claim on Atterdale sooner rather than later would be nice. I'd rather not wait too long for that claim. My ward Marie is a charitable little rascal. She just gave her newest toy to the smith's son. She's turning out well, gave her the charitable trait as well, so 10 diplomacy already. Wow, that is pretty impressive, to be honest. To the Honourable Lord Laren, your wisdom and mercy are legendary. We've decided to retract the vassalage of Lord Benjen of Cracklaw Baron. Failure to accept will lead to war. Hang on a second. So, he's trying to take Cracklaw Baron off me. From... But I can't not, because I don't have any men, so I'm going to have to accept that. Wow, okay, so... You're a bit... Let me figure out what's happening again. So he's no longer my vassal. Yeah, he belongs to... him. Great. That's just brilliant. Thanks, Stefan. What's our chance to assassinate you? Let's just do it. I don't even care. He's cost us money and men by just declaring war after war and leaving us to fight on our own. Anyone who'll accept, just accept and let's kill him because, yeah, that's really, really annoying. Is there anyone that wants to depose him who's a strong faction? Someone wants to put Viserys Targaryen on the throne. To be honest, I'll accept Viserys Targaryen, sure. Anyone but Stefan Baratheon at the moment, because he's just taken some land off us. And one of our potential heirs, so, yeah, very annoying to say the least. I think I want to wrap the episode up there now, because things have gone horribly wrong, and I need to take a couple of, just take some time to try and figure out what's happening, try and rebuild if we can. But that may have put a massive dent in our ambitions for this series, all because of him holding the High Lordship, despite not even being in North Cracklaw Point, because of the game deciding that Atterdale could become part of that. Anyway, not important, it's just annoying. So I'm going to wrap the episode there now. As I said, if you have enjoyed the video, please do feel free to leave a like. It's not compulsory, but it is always appreciated. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.